Sing to the rock, sing to the tree, sing to the firefly lighting up the sky. Sing, sing to the sea.
Hello, my name is Dorothy Cresswell, and this is The Song, a show highlighting songwriters and their original songs. Today, I'm happy to introduce Rick Drost.
Ripples widen in the pool that cradled every ancient soul. Catch sun sparks, eucalyptus leaves in the sky. The bark canoe slides forward as he leans back on his pole. Beneath his breath his father's song will rise. 2,000 years away, a gondolier leans on his oar. From turrets, steps, canals, and stones, his father's song resounds. All who pole and all who row and sing their soul song as they go. You can feel them turn the world around. From towers all around the town, long shadows as the sun goes down. The vesper bells all hear each other ring. The organ's diapason, honey, the choir's a liaison to their father as the congregation sings. The spirit moves to minarets, muezzins make the call to prayer. The faithful bow in concert on the ground. All who sing and all who ring and all who join in listening, and all who play and all who pray will know they move as one day. Hear them as they turn the world You're both in bed now, feigning sleep. You're newlywed and new to fight. You floated through all yesterday and this. Sharp words both ways, cut both ways deep. You hope you'll make it through the night. Your father never sang a song for this. Listen for her breathing, match your drawings into hers. If she sleeps, then so may you. If not, her hand may yet find yours. Late enemies in unison, anemones unfurled, wave together, nearer ever. Hear each other, you can turn Well, this next song, even though I wrote it about 5 years ago, and it took me a couple of years to write it, I've been doing it. It's all relevant all over again. So I've been doing it just about every time I sing. It's called "The Price of Fear." The diver's poised, prepared to go. Reflections warping in the water far below. Drawn taller yet she breathes in slow. And still because she knows. She jumps too hard, she'll fly too far. A hesitation, she'll fall too near. And failing easy balance, she could pay the price of has fallen flat. How could you ever say a thing like that? Disbelief flits across her brow. And you fumble and you stumble, fear more trouble, stop for now. Next day too, you let it pass. Still can't explain it, she won't dare ask. So day by day and year to year, you'll both be paying the price of fear. What are you afraid of? Muffled laughter, losing love, fear of flying, fear of falling. Fear you hear your mother calling, fear nobody's calling you at all. The far-off king's an evil man. Praise to gods that we don't understand. Our own king fears he'll be attacked. He's not a man if he's only striking back. Sending the boys to shock and awe. They're fighting back still. Send 10,000 more. And generations hence will pay the price of fear he feels today. What is it you fear most? Old duties or your childhood's ghost? Speak it softly, say it loud. Sing it to a singing bowl. Stir and listen while it turns to gold. To every soul who's ever bled, the five of swords will turn up in the spread. There's no denying a hard decision. It's fight or fly, diffidence is dereliction. But turned around, the swords are stilts. Lay treasures down and dance on the hills. Other choices will appear. Catch and still the voice of fear. Other voices you will hear. Catch and still.
Rick, I am so happy to have the chance to meet you on this show and to hear your very one-of-a-kind music. I feel quite caught up in it, both the lyrics and the melodies. Can you tell me how you discovered that you were a songwriter?
Yeah, well, I guess it all started, I'd done a lot of music when I was growing up. Mm-hmm. My dad taught us all piano and then lots of piano lessons and things. But singing, although I did some singing in church, singing, well, it started in a Kingston trio group in high school, and then in choral singing in college, and I was in also a folk group. And the writing took till, I did a lot of singing in Glee Club and formal stuff. But the writing didn't really start happening until senior year. I saw Joni Mitchell 3 nights running. She came and sang, and this was when she was just coming out. She sang in a coffee shop and a coffee house in a basement of a supermarket.
Wow.
For 3 nights running, and I was totally smitten. I had gotten her album. One of the guys.
Did you go every night?
I went every night.
awesome.
Actually, I went 3 of the 4 nights.
Yeah, wow.
And I was just totally taken. Somebody had given me her album that summer. The use of words, the melody, and, I had listened to Bob Dylan and Joan Baez, but when I heard her, I said, I want to try my hand at writing songs like that. That really moves me. Now, okay, so you're a male, and you're a former banjo player.
Right, right.
So what are you going to...
How are you going to bridge that?
Yeah, how are you going to bridge that? But fortunately, I had a guitar, and I just started fiddling around on guitar, and I was really intrigued by her, the full sound that her alternate tunings gave. And I had plenty of time because I was just doing it for myself. So I started messing around with alternate tunings and things that gave me a good, strong, full feeling. And then a couple of songs came out that fall. And I did them mostly for myself. And then after I graduated, I started singing in coffee houses and said, well, let's write another one whenever it got lonely, or whenever something came to mind that I thought I might write about.
So you've actually been writing your own songs for much of your life.
Since the late 60s anyway.
And when did you start to record it so that others could hear it?
Well, there wasn't, back then it was quite difficult to record.
But you did live shows.
But I did live shows in coffee houses and ran around. And I was a theoretical math major.
Okay.
So I became a math teacher and went to D.C., and ran around the coffee houses there and met some very encouraging people in D.C., but it was all live shows and folky stuff. And then when I finally ended up in Cambridge in the early 70s, and one of my friends from college was there and had another friend who wrote songs, and we got together. I was playing in coffee houses, the little teeny ones where it just served coffee.
Right.
But once we had a group, we could arguably make enough noise to play other places. So we formed a group, and no drummer, 2 guitars and a bass, and lots of focus on vocal harmonies. And we did some of Steve's songs, we did some of my songs. And that took us, and we became an extended family, which still exists.
Wow. So did you create, like you did Steve's songs and your songs, and then you embellished each and you stretched each other's ideas?
I would play bass on Steve's songs, and Steve would play bass on my songs, and Bob was real good at working out harmonies, and so, we embellished each other's songs, and we tried to make recordings, but and we set up a studio with equipment, but it never went anywhere. And then we all basically went off and got married and had our careers. And
well, I'm curious. I was able to go to your website, and would you tell us what your web address is?
Oh, sure. The best one, or the freshest one, is rickdrostsongs.com. So www.rickdrostsongs.com. And
So I went to that website, and it's a very nice website.
oh, thanks.
And you have a number of songs there. How did you record those?
Okay, so right, the story. So the story goes. For a while, during the 90s, mostly late 80s and the 90s, we didn't sing at all as a group, and I basically didn't sing at all. And then at the end of the 90s, I decided, well, this is something that I was missing. So I got into a chorus or two and started singing chorally again. And I did that for a couple of years, and I said, gee, I used to write songs. And so I started playing my songs again, and we got the group back together.
The same people?
The same people, but
Great.
I'd already met a guy who's a real good engineer, and he had a studio out in Lynn, nearby. And so I said, well, gee, it's changed. We could, go record there. He had become a friend, and so we got the group back together and played in our living rooms again for a little while, and then went out to the studio, and that gave rise to the only truly released album I have yet, which is on CD Baby.
And what's it called?
It's called 12 Dared Dreams.
Say that again?
12 Dared Dreams.
12 Dared Dreams.
There are 12 songs, and a song is a dream we dare to dream.
Yes.
Every time we sing it.
Yes.
So,
yes.
So that's out there. But then I stayed, I don't know, in touch with Doug, and I started writing again. About that time, I started writing again. Thanks to Passim. Passim has a wonderful school of music and songwriting classes.
Oh, great.
So I went
That's good to know. So partly this show is to help musicians be seen and known, and it's partly to encourage other musicians, songwriters. So what kind of support have you found that you could recommend to new songwriters or those who have put it on the back shelf for a while and would like to?
Right. Well, around Boston, Passim School of Music gave me a start. That is, I went to one class, and I met a woman there who it was active as a singer-songwriter, and she introduced me to the Sam W community, the Summer Acoustic Music Week community that's attached to WUMB, which is a 24-hour folk station, live streaming 91.9 FM.
That's great. That's great. These are the kinds of things that help other songwriters.
They maintain, that station maintains just the most wonderful and supportive community. I mean, when I was playing in the 70s, it was very hard to find out about what things were going on. Now they have events posted on their website, and they run folk music 24 hours a day, and they have several events during the year and a summer camp twice during the summer. So you have found that networking really has supported your craft and your spirit as a songwriter. Because, well, I've been basically focused on, as I said, pushing pixels for the last 50 years, and as a software engineer. Okay, so that's how our audience needs to know. You were a software engineer. And could break free and go to open mics from time to time, but main focus was the work. Sure, yeah. Many of us get caught in the work. But this community and everybody in the community, does work too. Right. So everybody's having a good time, and everybody's supportive, and it really isn't competitive. I want to leave some time for more music, and I just want to check, is there any last message you would like to give before we transition back into more of your songs? Okay. Well, for I have to plug Folk Alliance.
Folk Alliance.
Right, and
Okay.
you can go fai.org or folk.org. Google Folk Alliance. And
Okay.
it has regionals.
Great.
Somebody, right, I had an encourager to get into Folk Alliance too, but now I've been involved with them for 10 years and have gone to many of their conferences. There's a great community nationwide.
Okay. That's so important to know.
So
Good.
go there.
Okay.
If you're somewhere out, if you're listening somewhere out in the hinterlands,
Right.
check out Folk Alliance too, because I've been very grateful to them.
Thank you.
Great.
And we're grateful to you for being faithful to your songs. Okay.
So this is a song about letting go or not. A board of pinned up souvenirs upstairs in a forgotten room. I'd passed them by these many years. I thought I might go through them. Here a steeple draws my eye towards sky scrubbed clear with cotton clouds. The pilgrim church where you and I would read our poems, say our vows. Next, a formal on great stairs, mid family, friends, and flowers. If we had doubts, we didn't know it. If we knew, we wouldn't show it. San Francisco, San Marco, pigeons in your hair. Running down the beach with gulls, you're almost in the air. Next, astride a cannon in a fort in Nova Scotia. Élysée, Galatois, Ocean City bumper cars. Pacific tides would pull you. I tried but couldn't hold you. No picture when you said you've done your best, I just can't stay. No picture when we loaded full your wagon for the west. I rode with you to Omaha, kissed you on your way. Here's the postcard that you sent from Reykjavik last year. Traveling with new family, found contentment now I hear. In your mother's town now, no more steeple in the square. Clapboard, yew trees, bulldozed down, just concrete condos there. Pacific tides would pull you. I tried but couldn't hold you. No picture when you said you done your best, I just can't stay. No picture when we loaded full your wagon for the west. I rode with you to Omaha and kissed you on your way. One more photo on the sofa, this one I might keep. Velvet Elvis, dog's cat, you all curled up in a happy heap. That was then, and then was golden sheaves of love and laughter. This is now, and then is done, but now reopens after all. With trembling fingers, one by one, I'm tearing down these pictures from the wall. Pacific tides would pull you. I tried but couldn't hold you. No picture when you said you done your best, I just can't stay. No picture when we loaded for your wagon Okay, here's a song that started in a dream last fall, and I don't think I've woke up yet. Don't remember getting on this train, already out of town along the bay. The seats are pretty comfy, I've got some food from home, some bread and cheese and apple. I'll sit and watch the shoreline sliding by. But I don't remember getting on this train. Never bought a ticket for this train. Conductor smiles and nods as he goes by. I ask when the next station is. Don't worry, you won't miss it. You'll slow way down before you stop. That's how you're gonna know. I don't remember getting on this train. If I weren't on this train, I'd be out there on the tide flats, raking wire basket, getting clams. Back to the cottage kitchen where the chowder pot is simmering. Mom and Bob are cackling about the butcher's jokes today. But the laughs I hear are just two gals behind me on my ride. And I don't remember getting on this train. Just came here from talking with my dad. He's riding just a few cars up ahead. He still enjoys the ride, the gentle rocking side to side. Look how the sunlight hits that hill. Remember when we climbed it? Not that one, Dad, but yes, it surely looks like it that day. So look who's here beside me now. It's so long since I walked you home. You let me take your books, I couldn't think of what to say. Here now we can talk about our trials and our travels, sit and watch the golden fields roll by. Still, I don't remember getting on this train. Okay, so here's a little ode to meditation. Sit back, breathe deep, and enjoy the rest of your day. Time now, time beckoning. Time out of memory, glimpses of dreams not yet there. Reborn romance, second chances past reckoning. The future now is repaired. Here at the heart where all waters rise, before they start falling away. Widen the moment in front of your eyes. You can dance through all time songs from your grandmother's heart. Easter time, family gathers for dinner. Take your place till they're ready to start. Early this morning out under the apple tree falls drops of dapple in the sun. Cidery air up to blossoms cerulean. Grandfather's blessings begun at a still point, and you yearn to stay, but the world turns and it slips away. Gone now the apple tree, long gone the family, raised in the home that they built in its place. You ride to the strains of a loopy calliope, reaching for brass rings they no longer make. But you're finding apple trees everywhere now. The forest in new fallen snow, gull above beach cliff towers in Tuscany, cradle them and let them go. In the windlessness on a canyon floor, breathe the sky down, and again before each dip of the paddle, each flick of the pen, as God writes your name